Hey everybody, I'm Matt Mackey. Today's drinking word is what? Today's lose your drink word is Constantinople. And now, here's the show. If you're sitting by yourself or you're not by yourself and you're looking down at your watch, cause you've seen this show and you've seen that show and you're wondering what to watch. Well, here's the show.
Where's the show?
There's the show.
You're a show.
Here's the show with Matt Mackey.
Who's that?
All right. This thing's working. Okay, so I'm on, I think, day 516 of being locked down here at home. And I thought that was bad enough, but I just recently found out. My wife told me apparently there's some sort of virus going on outside. Okay, now here's the news.
It's time for the news.
Personal news. Okay. Now, as everybody knows, when we say the news here on our show, we really just mean the personal news, as in what's been going on in my life, in his life, and anybody's life that we'd like to talk to. But before we get into the news, there's a couple quick reminders I'd like to give everybody. Number one, our show runs on your very generous donations, so feel free to make one right now. Or at any time that you feel very comfortable with doing it. Another great organization that we love that runs on your donations is the Music Health Alliance. We already give some of the money that you guys give to us to them, but if you want to donate to them directly, you are welcome to. We'll have some info at the end of the show for that. And also, after we talk about our own personal news, we're going to move over to what you guys want to talk about, our audience topics. So start throwing a few things up in the comments if you want now. We'll start prepping, making sure we're ready. We do lots of research for this part of the show, so we're going to want to make sure we're as prepared as possible. Now, we covered all of that. Let's get Mark Cardwell. Are you there? Is Mark Cardwell here? We got him? Come on in. Hey, bud.
How we doing?
He's already here.
We're here.
That's how you pretend to be surprised about something. It's not always easy.
I have to interrupt you. You do have to take a drink. You said what the drinking was.
There. Or what?
Oh. Yeah. What was that other word?
I'm not going to say any of it.
Okay. I thought I'd get you that easy.
The lose your drink word is not a word that comes out of these lips. I will tell you that right now, my friend. All right, so it's personal news. Do you have any personal news? I mean, I have plenty of personal news, always.
Well, what's going on in your world?
Well, let's see. On a personal side, our neighbor has a dog. It's a Snow White. It's a beautiful little dog. And this dog's favorite thing to do, I realized this the other day. I was standing out in the backyard. I'm looking. And this dog is always digging holes. It is a completely Snow White dog. And all it does all day is just dig like a gopher and get as dirty as can be. And I talked to our neighbor, and she told me, she's like, oh, we have to wash her in the sink like every other day. I was like, that seems so terrible.
Why would you?
Right? I was like, there's got to be another home for that dog or another hobby you could introduce to that dog. Maybe to take up crocheting or something.
Take up crocheting?
I guess without opposable thumbs, crocheting is difficult.
Difficult for a dog.
I also recently discovered, and this was to my great chagrin, I am not nearly as good at the game War. Remember War, like with cards, like a little you play when you were a kid?
Yep.
I used to feel like I was very good at that game. And it turns out I am not.
You feel like you're slower?
I think I just am not as good. I don't win the wars as much. I don't know if it's my age is catching up to me where you just start to lose more battles than you win.
That might be it.
This could be metaphorical. I don't really know.
No.
Well, I've talked a bunch about my news. I got more news over here I can keep talking about if you want.
I actually read something very interesting, and I'm excited to talk about it because I don't think a lot of people know. I did not know that the girl from Ipanema is actually about Tom Selleck.
I'm going to go ahead and go on record as saying that is not accurate.
I'm pretty sure it's
as a non-Tom Selleck scientist.
I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Pretty sure it's accurate.
Did you say the girl from Ipanema?
I think that's Ipanema.
Because it's Ipanema.
Ipanema.
Also, as a non-island name scientist, turns out I'm not a scientist of any capacity.
Maybe that's a different song. You haven't heard that one.
I mean,
that's the one
that
that's
could
about Tom
be.
Selleck.
It could be you were talking about a different song.
It could be
like a little-known off-brand cover. The girl from Ipanema.
Yeah, it's a yeah.
She was a little bit less attractive. She didn't have quite as many friends. She was a little bit less fun to hang out with at parties.
Definitely.
And she was Tom Selleck.
I did almost accidentally leave a girl at a restaurant yesterday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, what happened, honestly, like, she went to the bathroom, and the guy brought the check.
And you were like, I guess I'm here by myself.
Yeah, well, he brought the card back real quick, and I kind of forgot. I guess I was just, like, I'd had a good meal. It's a heavy meal or whatever, and I got outside. Almost got out of the parking lot, and I was like, oh. So I run back in. I'm thinking, like, it's not going to be good. Like, not going to be good at all. And she just was like, oh. Like, said something about the bathrooms. Like, I think she just thought I was in the bathroom.
I think we can both agree that while it may have not gone as poorly as you thought in the given circumstance,
right.
she's not going to forget that you forgot her at a restaurant.
I didn't tell her. I mean, she might know now.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe she's a dummy. But I'm guessing that she knows.
Well, I mean, we got outside and she was like, "Didn't we park over?" And I was like, "Nope, we parked right here. Yeah, we parked right here."
We're getting a lot of weird looks from around the room right now. And I'm not entirely sure what they're about, but they're telling us that we're not as funny as we think we are.
Probably not.
Well, if you think this is the first time I've not been as funny as I thought I was,
right?
And you don't know me very well at all.
It's personal news. It's what's going on in our life. So
yeah, I could tell you guys all about Redbox, but I guess we'll skip that part of the personal news. Let's move on to audience. Are we ready? Let's do it. Let's get some audience topics in here.
Audience topics.
What y'all want to talk about? All right, let's see what we've got here on the audience today.
My mom says she loves the sign.
Your mom loves the sign.
Shout out Juanita.
yeah.
Juanita, let me tell you something, Juanita. Your son and I worked diligently on that sign. This sign right here behind me. I know it looks like it may have been colored by a pack of small children, but it was in fact colored by 2 grown adult men for hours. We actually have. I don't know if we've posted it yet. We'll find out. It's right here. Someday that will totally work. But for now,
It's 2 times. It hasn't worked last week.
we have a time-lapse video of us coloring this whole thing. And if you've never watched a time-lapse video of 2 grown men coloring for hours at a time, then it's totally worth it.
Why did you guys do that?
Who do you think else was going to make the sign?
No. Why did you
I was gonna
video it? Like, why did you time-lapse video?
Because most people have not had the opportunity to watch a time-lapse video of 2 adult men coloring.
Yeah.
We're here to provide the world with new experiences. That's what Here's the Show is all about. That's why there's a question mark.
Gotcha. All right.
Do we have another audience? What else we got over there? The audience. I can keep reading on my screen unless you want to throw any more at me. So I've got 5 or 6 over here I'm ready to work with.
Monica
Hartmanowski
said, ha.
Okay, well that is not really.
It's not an audience.
I would argue that is not a topic.
Well, here we are talking
But again,
about it.
not a topic scientist, so I can't really be held responsible. All right, let's use one of these.
I got one. You know my favorite.
Are you about to just create an
She
audience?
says dogs and mosquitoes.
No. Oh, dogs and mosquitoes.
Dogs and mosquitoes. So my first thought when I hear dogs and mosquitoes is a combined animal that is a dog mosquito. So it flies and it sucks your blood, but it's the size of a dog.
Dog-squito.
A dog
Dog-squito.
mosquito.
Dog-squito. That sounds like a drink at an East Nashville bar. A dog-squito.
And I assume it would be terrible.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But probably she wanted to hear us talk about dogs and mosquitoes as separate animals, not as one single animal combined together.
Speaking of dogs, the dog here at the house was just eating kitty litter for no reason at all.
Well,
That's what was happening.
What we've discovered about dogs is they will eat almost a shocking amount of anything, really. And it's probably one of the most admirable qualities I think dogs have to offer to the world.
I think so.
Because I won't eat it.
I was like, what?
You don't think that was a good one? I thought that was a good one.
Take a drink.
Fine. All right, we need a new audience topic.
I'm
I'm barely looking at the ones that are popping up.
I was just going to state that my favorite line of zillion symbols are the Constantinoples.
Oh, that is a lose your drink word. Oh, I'm taking this drink away.
I need a new one anyway.
I mean, you can't drink it.
I think he loses it. That doesn't mean that I lose
Wait,
it.
I didn't know that you get to have it.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Here, we're just going to do one of these right here.
Yeah.
Top that off. There we go. Everybody wins.
But as always,
Boop. All right.
as always.
All right,
we're
look,
always
here, we
prepared.
need to address at least one serious topic you didn't make up. Now, I think it's because we started talking about dogs. They would like to know each of our first pets.
Oh,
What was your first pet?
I think my first pet was a dog, actually.
Sorry, this is Rachel. What does it say? It just says Rachel. I can't read the rest of it.
Yeah,
She wants to know about our first pet.
I think it was a dog.
That's not specific at all.
It was a cocker.
I think it was a dog. Is the vaguest
I think
memory.
It was a cocker spaniel named
That's
Charlie.
like I'm pretty sure I have a sister.
I'm fairly certain I've got two of those. Fairly certain I have two sisters.
Which is very different than I think she's my sister.
Very different.
You really don't remember your first pet?
I think the very first pet. I mean, I don't think fish count, right? So it was a dog. I think it was
Of
a
course,
cocker.
fish don't. I think we can all agree fish don't count as pets.
I think it was
Carry
a
on.
cocker spaniel named Charlie, but I feel like there might have been a dog before that, but it wasn't really like. It was like my brother's pet.
I was
wasn't
in
an animal
charge.
guy.
I was in charge of naming our first pets. So we had a cat named Blackie and we had a cat named Whitey. They had kittens named Goldie and Blondie.
You really
and
put a lot of
Stripes.
effort into that, didn't you?
I was 4.5 years old. Look, I was less creative back then. All right,
Clearly.
we've gone on and on with the personal news long enough. I think it's time. We ready to move on to the next thing? I think it's time to see who our special guests are for the night. We ready?
Let's do it.
Let's see who the guest is.
Special guest.
Who's it gonna be? All right. Let me see. I'm gonna move this mic over to that side. You know her from the very first Leprechaun movie and apparently lots of other things. Everybody give it up right now, Miss Jennifer Aniston. She's not coming. But instead, we have Mr. Tickle the Ivories himself. Everybody get up, Michael Sharp. Come on, buddy. Yeah. All right. Woo. Welcome. Oh, yeah. Woo. Oh.
Great to be here.
Yeah. Well, that
Nashville,
was,
everybody.
I know it's only our second show, but that's by far the best entrance we've had out of anyone so far. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the Good Times, Michael
Good to be at
Sharp.
the good times.
For all those out in the world who are not familiar with Michael Sharp, well, it might be the best piano player you've ever seen. As an example, by right here, I had no idea that was how you're going to come
On
out.
this show, definitely.
I mean, it makes my heart even happier to have you come out and demonstrate a little bit of the way you'd like to tickle the ivories.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, all right, so let's get right into it. You're a musician. The world is filled with musicians that have been out of work since this whole thing got us all shut down. Everything's been a little more difficult. I know you've been finding ways to stay busy. I want to kind of go through here. I've got a little list of all the ways you've been staying busy, which is substantial. Not
Trying.
everyone has such a list.
Trying to do what I can.
Let's go with Andrew Velez of the Nashville Party Band. Let's talk about that.
So Andrew Velez is a good friend of mine and business partner, also a artist of his own right. That he's putting out an album that'll be releasing in the fall. Be self-titled. I'm helping co-produce that, along with another friend of ours who is brilliant in many ways. And we also run a wedding corporate event band company that will be starting booking fall, winter time, depending obviously
When
with
people start booking party bands again.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I assume so. I mean, it must be a little bit of a sort of to finally be getting like a live event company off the ground right as the whole world says no more live events.
It definitely put a few things on hold, more than a few. But,
Yeah.
we're trying to look at it as a building phase to really get our EP K put together as far as our electronic press kit and all of our promotional materials, things like that. Extra planning time.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it sort of caught you right in that window before you really got into the thick of it. Where you're like, well, before we made a big push, now we got this huge pause. So we might as well take advantage and tighten up all the nuts and bolts. Yeah,
Very much.
Oh man, so what is this? Let's do live tuned in. Let's talk about that one.
So Live Tuned In is a brand new concept that'll be coming out soon, hopefully in the next few weeks, at least in the basic format. Which the whole idea is started by Ryan Fowler, a killer drummer, plays with Trent Tomlinson in the area, and it'll be run by him. Stephanie
Feel free
Miller.
to tell anybody out there who anybody is that you bring up.
No.
If it's somebody that I don't say anything about, tell them up, talk them up. It doesn't matter.
So
to
Ryan
me.
Fowler, an amazing drummer. Stephanie Miller, who is also an artist and guitar player in the area, as well as on Broadway with multiple artists. Clark Singleton and Ryan Barnett. We all have come together, and the goal is to put a live streaming studio together. It'll start this week or the next with 3 different video camera angle options, but we'll have up to 7 to 9 in the next month or so, where the artist can come in for free and just splitting a share profit of the tips. We can all make a little money, but they can promote and put out their art and media without having to really focus on anything but the art and media. And we take care of everything else, from running the sound professionally, straight to digital. Before
It's
it even
facilitation, right?
Yes,
It's
very
here's
much.
what you have to offer, and here we're going to build a bridge, so to speak,
Absolutely.
between you and the people you're trying to reach.
Very much.
Man,
That's the goal.
I mean, that's what everybody needs right now. I mean, we don't know. I mean, as far as I can tell, I'm gonna look at my made-up watch. I'm guessing it's going to be not less than 2028 before we have concerts apparently all the time again. I'm ballparking it
Oh,
here.
yeah. I mean, it's been crazy right now.
Every night that we do
No
this
telling.
show, that year gets farther and farther away.
For sure.
But I'm comfortable with that. I feel like you guys are giving people an opportunity to do what everybody's trying to do right now without having to drum up all the resources themselves, right?
Sure. Because there are a lot of artists that people want to hear and at the same time want to perform, for their people, but they just don't have maybe the either facilities or the gear. And we can provide all that in one spot.
Man, that makes my heart so happy. I feel like this is a big part of what's been going on for months now, I suppose it's been.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody needing to help everybody with something.
Very much.
Somewhere, somehow. This is the thing that is going to be what is going to, I feel like, dictate everything going forward, so to speak, right? It's like, you've got this, we've got this. We all have to reach people one way or another.
Absolutely, yes.
It looks to me here on my notes, we've got several people we want to talk about who've got projects. Well, Brooke Sutton.
Yes.
Definitely we need to talk about Brooke Sutton.
man.
We both love Brooke Sutton.
Very much.
Bass player extraordinaire. He's running the studio.
Yep, the
as
studio in
we all
Nashville.
know.
Just want to always throw him a shout out. He's
And we should bring this up. I think this is important. So Brookie and his family lost their home when the tornado came through. So there's been tragedy on top of tragedy on top of tragedy here in Nashville, especially. I mean, everywhere there's been tragedy of late. But before all these big national tragedies came on, Nashville was crushed by a tornado, especially people over on the east side of town.
Oh, yeah.
And Brooke and his family lost basically everything they had, as far as I know. Last time I went over there and looked, it was...
Yeah.
So he needs all the help we can get, all the support we can get. He runs the studio. You guys feel free to throw him a little love, a little bit of business. If you've got business for a studio that
Great
needs to be
vibe,
recorded,
great facilities.
Brooke Sutton has got you, babies. He will have you every single time.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I got a little emotionally wrapped up in
No,
that
no.
one. I love Brooke a lot. He's a dear friend of mine. I'm really happy to throw anything his way that we can.
Also, we've got, speaking of the tornadoes, Dustin Martin, whose house was also destroyed, an artist's album coming out literally, hopefully around June or July, called Halos and Smoke Rings. To look
Dustin
out for.
Martin. We were talking about this record a little bit earlier off camera. I know some of the people that were involved with Travis Tritt back in the day ended up being involved in this record, and I
Yeah.
cannot imagine a more appropriate backing ensemble of any kind. I mean, the vocals that come out of Dustin Martin.
Oh, man. He's such a unique but powerful voice.
Man, and such an authentic individual. You know what I mean? He is country. He sings country, but everything about it is exactly a reflection of who he is as a person. It
Very
seems
much,
like.
yes.
it
Definitely
makes
make
me
sure to
super
check him
happy.
out.
Absolutely, yeah. Dustin Martin. I don't really know what his website is. We're just pitching him now for funsies. But
Yeah.
if you want to look him up, his name's Dustin Martin, and he's a delight. He'll make all your hearts happy. Who else are we going to pitch over here, Sharp? You got a couple more on here.
Yeah,
for me,
we've
right?
got
Greg Chapman and Jordan Berry.
I know Tyler Gordon, a good buddy of mine who plays guitar. He did the last tour with Tonic. He's playing on that as well, the project. They're putting an album out. Yeah, it should be killer. They're also recording at Brooks Studio of
Oh,
all
they're
things.
recording over
So,
at
yeah.
the studio.
Mhm.
Oh, of course they are.
I'm looking forward to having a small part on the keys on that. It'll be a good time for sure.
Of course. Have you got a small part on the keys, if not a large part on the keys, I feel like in most of the projects.
This should be fun. Hopefully,
I'm excited.
I'm looking
All
forward
right,
to
hey.
it very much.
This has been a pleasure, brother.
Likewise.
I
Thanks
think
for
it's
having
time to
me.
throw it over to a little word from our sponsors. We'll see what we do. Thank you, man.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
see you soon.
Thanking the sponsors.
Not actually a sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Orlando. Orlando, Florida, but without all those pesky beaches. And now, I'd like to give you guys a few thoughts, if you don't mind.
Thoughts from my brain piece.
Stuff that I think about. Why is there always a pickle with the sandwich? Not everybody enjoys pickles. Some of us like to have our sandwich sans pickle, almost exclusively. Now I hear people complain, oh, pickles are wonderful, Matt. Why would you tell anyone not to bring a pickle with every sandwich that I have? But I could not disagree more. I say at the very least we could ask, would you like a pickle with your sandwich? Would you not like a pickle with your sandwich? As far as I'm concerned, this is a free choice situation that people are not thinking to take advantage of. As soon as I get a sandwich that is sopping with pickle juice on the one side, my first thought is, well, I'm going to throw half of this sandwich away because it tastes like gross. It's not their fault that they made their pickles taste like gross because all the pickles taste like gross. Now, admittedly, that might just be my opinion, but I still have an opinion that counts when it comes to my sandwich that I have to eat. So I feel like the least we could do for anyone is give them a choice, a pickle sandwich or a non-pickle sandwich, and let them decide what kind of life they want to lead. Okay, I feel much better now. Hope you guys are all ready. Now we're going to move on to a way that you can help somebody this week.
Ways to help.
Go do it right now. Yeah. It's the ways to help box. I don't know if you guys noticed that fancy catch, but I'm known for my fancy catches. A lot of people tell me that. Most places that I go. All right.
Nope.
Today,
No, they don't.
nobody off camera believed that one. But don't worry about what they think. You guys can believe it. I'm known for my fancy catches. Now, my fancy catch-ups. That's entirely separate, and that's a bare naked ladies joke. All right, today's way to help. Oh, this is a good one. Hide $10 bills in the status books at the library. That's a great way to help. I think it's important for everybody to help. Everybody, as much as they can, which is a great reminder to all of you. I don't know, there's nuts over here? I was trying to talk about something. Someone's waving a bowl of peanuts at me right now. It's making it incredibly difficult to concentrate on what I was saying. You want me to catch a peanut in my mouth? All right, come on.
Anybody got a peanut?
I got it. I did it.
Nice.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Hey!
You guys have no idea how far away she was when she threw that peanut. Wow, I'm super proud of myself. I'm proud of you. Okay, so this is the part of the show that's the most important. Make sure you subscribe to wherever you're watching this on of ours. Like it, follow it, tag it, post it, share it, tickle it, rub it, hold it, drink it, whatever it is
Bop
that
it.
really, bop it, twist it, turn it. Remember, I love those things. Okay. That's the most important thing that you can possibly do so that the more people watch this, the more of these shows we can make, and the more times we can all do this together. We appreciate you watching this a ton. We do a lot of work to make this show super funny. We hope you guys think it's super funny, and everybody here is really glad for every one of you that's watching it. And the way we like to end it all is what's on the table.
What is on the table today? Something in a package. 2 things rolled up. Something your hand goes in.
Where's the show? You're a show.
Hey man, let me get a bite of that corn. Yeah.